think Ratcliffe will be concerned about this and in a different world, actually? Do you think he might not have invested? Because it seems to be that what we've discussed here overall, there are lots and lots of problems on and off field that he's going to have to try and work through over the next, his foreseeable future, however long that lasts. One of my friends who supports Nice has actually said that he is quite worried because he actually doesn't want Nice to become a puppet club to Manchester United and all the focus just to turn on them. Because, I mean, realistically, that surely is the priority now for him. Manchester United is going to have to be the club that he focuses on with all the issues that are going on.
Well, a Nice fan as a friend. That's a niche market, if you like. Friends.
Lewis has got friends all over the world.
University friend, there you go.
The thing that you're missing with Jim Ratcliffe, it's his club. He is a Manchester United fan. He's an extremely wealthy businessman and is very, very successful in his own right. And he has invested in some very, very successful business deals, which has put him where he is today. This is his football club. And he's probably looked from the outside looking in for a long, long time and probably wanted a piece of it, probably wanted to be involved for a long, long time and hasn't had the ability to do that for whatever reason, whether it was the people in charge or it was a closed shop, whatever it was. Now he's got the opportunity. And as a Manchester United fan, as a Manchester United person, he's got the opportunity to be there and to make those decisions and to put this football club right. And I think that's a big thing. I don't think Sir Jim Ratcliffe is going into this, in fact, I'm almost certain he isn't, to make money out of it, to make a huge business deal. You look at the Glazers, you look at the way they finance the club, you look at the money they've taken out of the club. Jim Ratcliffe's coming into this club to make footballing decisions. And the big stipulation that he wanted to do was have full control of football issues, which tells you a lot about his aims and ambitions for the club.
It's quite interesting, though. I mean, this is the mother of all deals for the Glazers, I have to say, because they've sold a quarter of the club, they retain 75% of it, and they don't get all the scrutiny over the football decisions. So when the team's performing not that well, they can turn around and say, well, Jim Ratcliffe makes the decisions now. We just silent in the background, quite happily making more money from the club and just going to the value of the club continues to rise. So I think it's an incredible deal for the Glazers. Whatever you think about them, obviously astute businessmen. They're dealing with a richest man in Britain here, and they've pulled off a great deal for themselves. So good luck to them. But I don't think that Man United fans will be queuing up and complaining at them in the future. From now on, they're going to have to go, well, Jim Ratcliffe brought in that manager. He brought in the direct football. He's the one that sanctioned the players, the 70 million signing, the exit of the big name player. It's all on him now. And that's a different microscope altogether.
But what defines then a successful season for United? If we're saying that actually, Sir Jim Ratcliffe is coming into this, he doesn't want to make a profit, he just wants to solely focus on the football. What defines a good season for them under Erik ten Hag? Because currently, I'm not sure there's a lot that you can pull on really this season.
Well, if you look at where they are on the pitch, I think every single United fan to a person would say a successful season was getting rid of the Glazers out of the football club. They would love Sir Jim Ratcliffe to have full control of the football club. And until the Glazers have gone completely, there's never going to be full harmony across the board at Manchester United. On the pitch, you look at where they finished last year. They finished third last year, first trophy in 6 years. And you expected them to kick on because they did look a different animal under Ten Hag last year. And I, for one, at the beginning of the season, I looked at them, I looked at the squad and thought, yeah, they could be top four contenders. I think their results in the Champions League, what Wayne touched on earlier, have been really disappointing. The performances, more so than anything else in the Premier League, they've struggled at home at Old Trafford against the likes of Luton. We've seen teams go there and upset them. But they're sixth. They're 3 points off the top four. So, yes, we are talking about Manchester United. Yes, we are talking about a team, a club that are in disarray at the moment. But 3 points off the top four, and their form has actually been okay. They've beaten Chelsea. Okay, they lost at Newcastle, but the way they lost at Newcastle is what we all talk about. They won at Everton. They won 3-0. It wasn't a 3-0 game. Everton didn't deserve to lose 3-0. United certainly didn't deserve to win 3-0. They beat Luton at home. Performances, personnel, media outlets, leaks, everything else we talk about Manchester United. But they've actually been ticking along in the Premier League, picking up points. So third place last year, you did expect them to kick on, but they're only 3 points off the top four.
It's an interesting point you make about the results that are okay. I wouldn't argue with that. I think the results are not awful, but the performances are. There's a big difference there. Tottenham, you've got similar points to Man United, but Tottenham, you can see the progression. They're cavalier, they're exciting, they're brilliant to watch. And, against Man City last Sunday, that was a spellbinding match. And the matches Man United played and just haven't been like that. I think the Everton result flattered them. And you say last night Man United were much better. I've only seen the highlights, but I could take your word for that. But previously, the performances have been pretty dire, and the Champions League, it's not a strong group at all. You'd have expected to comfortably qualify and reach the knockout stages. That's not going to happen. It was very unlikely to happen. So, Man United have massively underperformed, I would say, this season, and there has been zero progression from last season. They've gone backwards. They do still have a strong squad, but there's massive question marks over whether this manager is the right person to take the team forward.
Well,
Talking of,
would you say Harry Maguire and Johnny Evans, a Manchester United centre-half partnership, and the decisions that the managers made about Harry Maguire and leaving him out? Harry Maguire has just been named Player of the Month this month, for the Premier League. They are. You look at the squad; they've overspent on players. Players have underperformed. We talk about Sancho; he's not even involved in the squad for whatever reason. The manager's decisions that he's made, the harmony off the field. Anthony hasn't performed. Listen, it's not his fault that the club paid 90-odd million for him, but he's not a 90-odd million pound player.
No.
Hoyland's starting to show what he can do. He has in the Champions League. He hasn't in the Premier League. Bruno Fernandes, body language at times, performance. The squad, the starting 11 at Manchester United, you look at it, and as I say, last night was improved. It was much improved, but it didn't have to get much better from what Wayne said was really poor at Newcastle.
Paul, you've just watched a segment from Football Insider's brand new podcast, The Inside Track, with me, Lewis Pearce, alongside the guests on the show. Thanks very much for tuning in. Please do give the video a like, comment your thoughts on the topic, and feel free to share on your social media pages. If you want to listen to the full podcast episode, click the link in the description below. Keep your eyes peeled for plenty more content and exclusives here on The Inside Track.